Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we know it works. Hello everybody, just doing a vlog today. It is the no, it's not the 2nd, I'm reading my calendar wrong. It is the 6th of February, 2019. I'm just sitting here, and I thought I'd do one of these vlogs. So, Valentine's Day is approaching. And why is that important? Well, because I will be hosting a Valentine's Day party for my cousins. They will all be coming. A lot of the extended family will be here because it's an old tradition. Because of the fact that my uncle and my uncle's husband got together on Valentine's Day, so it's a tradition now. I'm eating lunch right now. Having a late lunch. It's about 3 o'clock right now. I'm drinking some stuff. Well, so we'll have the party pretty soon, and I will be plugging in my turntable for the party because I want stereophonic sound at the party, and it will be hosted right here in this room. So I will do that, and I am trying to find out how everything is going to work with plugging it all into external speakers because I don't have Bluetooth speakers, and I don't believe that my turntable would be compatible. It is a newer turntable, but it's not the most high-end. I plan to purchase another turntable in the near future. Purchase one of the lower-end Audio Techniques turntables. In the future, that is. So I'll have all that stuff plugged in, and I'm not very good. I might be good with computer technology, but I'm not good with this kind of technology. If you can hear it, I apologize. Well, I know how to plug in a plug, but I don't know how all this stuff interfaces. Like I'm making this video right now with a headset. I was looking into purchasing a dedicated microphone for doing these videos, but I don't know exactly how to hook it up. Apparently need some kind of XLR cable, and that goes into something else, but I don't know if there's a way to route around this, but I have no clue how it works, guys. I am technologically inept when it comes to this kind of technology and this hardware. So in that way, I am pretending to be an IT, an information. What do you want? My dog is here. But I may be able to contact a friend of mine, the person who got me into the microphone thing, and have them help me set up the plugging it in and all that. But perhaps. And that damn thing. Oh. But so I'll have my turntable set up, and my vinyl will come out of storage where it's been since I moved. With the exception of my Journey Escape album. That one is not in storage. I wonder why, but my dog is just looking at me intent. Probably because I have food. I'll give him a little scrap here. You want some? There you go. So we'll have that because I don't want the fucking people that come to the freaking Valentine's Day party. Well, I was trying not to swear in this video, but there you go. I just said fuck so you can tell. There you go. I'm drinking Coca-Cola. I have a Coca-Cola glass. Now, I would drink that Snapple Apple stuff, but it doesn't have the same flow as this, so I drink it too fast and it costs too much. It costs $1 for a bottle. So, didn't want to spend that. And it's in a Coca-Cola glass here. My grandfather owned this glass. There are two of them. They're matching glasses. This one was my grandfather's. He collected Coca-Cola memorabilia and products. Even though he passed away about 5 years ago now, his old Coca-Cola collection is still in my grandma's garage, where it was whenever he was alive. That house has been in the family for a long time. And this, my uncle I was talking about with the Valentine's Day party, excuse me, he is the person who inherited many of these angel figurines here. They were his and my mother's mother. They belonged to her. He inherited half, she got the other half, and now they are all together again here. Because this is his home. This was my uncle's home. He lived here from 1978 until 1999 when he moved to Tijuana. His children grew up here. He was an old man, actually. He was a lot older than you think he'd be. His children grew up here, and he lived in Tijuana for a few years until he came back here. He moved to Tijuana after he divorced his wife, and she stayed here, and then he came back and purchased the house off of her, actually, and lived here until he passed away last June of 2018. He was a scientific man, to say the least. He was a great guy. He was the kind of guy that would poke and prod at you sometimes just to mess with you, but he was likable. Was a smart guy. He knew a lot about the world and how it worked. Taught me a lot of things, and he knew how to speak Spanish. I wish I had him now to help me learn that, but yes, may he rest in peace. He was a great man, and I'm in his house now, and I will stay here for a few years, and then eventually I will move on to the Southwest in the future. His children would be coming to this Valentine's Day party, but they want nothing to do with the family. They are ungrateful for the family, unfortunately. We saw them at my uncle's funeral. That's one of the only times that we've seen them this decade. They don't care at all about the family. They went and did their own thing, and they forgot about us all. The last time they saw their father before he passed away would have been 2012. Whenever my grandmother on his side passed away. In 2012. I remember the funeral. There's a big rift between them. I don't know exactly what has happened, mainly due to the divorce. But this was his home for many years. His home's been in the family for over 40 years. So there are 3 family homes that have been around this area, which have stayed in the family for long periods of time. Maybe I will do a video at my grandmother's house of my grandfather's Coca-Cola collection that would have included these bottles while he was still alive. He also put up the painting in my room that has been there for quite some time. My room used to be his office. It was actually the room that he grew up when he moved here. I guess he would have been a teenager at the time when he moved here, but that was his room. And then when he got married, he turned it into an office and moved into the main bedroom with his wife. His wife's still alive. After he bought the house from her, she moved to West Virginia, though. It's been a long afternoon. Man. So there's a little bit of family story that my uncle passed away. He was a great man. I would have loved to have done videos with him. He was very charismatic. There's one word that I can use to describe the man. And he hosted these Valentine's Day parties for over 20 years. Every year, he hosted these parties. And family would come and friends would come. They would all bring their wives or their girlfriends to the party. But now that he is not with us anymore, we are continuing the tradition. So over the past 10 years, aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, slowly but surely have left us. And he is the most recent to have left us. So, yeah, it was quite a sad time whenever he passed away. He used to take us out down the creek. We would walk down there every month, and we'd visit them at Christmas time. In this very not this very table, but this very room, many Christmas dinners. He would host the Christmas reception for the family once my grandfather passed away. Five years ago. And even before that, as my grandfather's health started to decline and he was bound to a wheelchair, my uncle hosted the parties. That's finished. And at these Christmas receptions, there would be music and there would be a lot of extended family that had been coming to these receptions for over 40 years. Now, the Christmas reception for last year was not hosted in this kitchen like it was for the prior 40 years. It was hosted instead at my grandmother's house because of the dwindling amount of family on my mother's side. But again, hopefully this year it will be hosted in this kitchen again. And once again, it will see the Christmas spirit. Perhaps I'll do videos when it comes time for Christmas and we'll host the reception here. And again, I will bring out my turntable and we will have stereophonic sound in this kitchen and in this house for Christmas, as was the case for over 40 years. My uncle had a turntable, but it was from the early 80s. And he unfortunately sold it at one point, along with most of his vinyl collection. And my vinyl is in storage still. It's stacked like that. And do not put them on top of each other, because they'll bend down and warp each other. Bad idea. Bad idea. So, I'm in this kitchen. Still doing this video, this vlog, and I had my lunch. It's all gone. I had a drink, and I talked about my turntable situation, the Valentine's Day party, and my uncle. So, I hope you all have been doing well in these cold, cold months. If you live in an area that is cold, if you are in the Southwest, I envy you greatly. I would love to be down there right now. But it's not time for that yet. It is still freezing cold here. Now this house is very old. This house existed long before my uncle and his family moved in. Long before. This house has existed for a long, long time. And it shows the lack of outlets, everything. It shows how old the house is. No upstairs heating, which is one of the things that I'm surprised he never did. Implement. He did put a heater in the upstairs bathroom, however. At one point. It might have been his father's, actually. It probably was. But, yeah. And he did a lot of work on this place and did a lot of renovation. And his children tore the hell out of this place. I gotta say, man, there's still some spots where you can see where they damaged the walls and they did stupid stuff and they scratched things up. His children are really interesting. They're so disconnected from the family, I could rant about them more. But just the fact that they never really came home, and they didn't live very far away either. They only lived maybe 45 minutes away from home, and they would never come and see their father. Of course, their mother was further away. They would still go and see her. There was obviously a rift there caused by the divorce. So he died suddenly, though, so they were not aware of that he was dying. He just died suddenly, so may he rest in peace, truly. But that's my little vlog here. This is an interesting topic for my vlog because I never talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm on the very same kitchen table that has been in videos before. So I'm in this same kitchen. This is where the table was, the long dinner table that was once the site of many Christmas gatherings. And hopefully there will be another one in this house, in this kitchen. So if there is, I will be sure to tell you guys whenever the time comes, but that is 10 months from now. So I guess if I'm still doing YouTube, then I will see you guys when I do that. But for the future, I will be making a video on my return to YouTube 4 years ago and a few other small things. So hope you all enjoyed this rambling vlog. Very rambly, but that's how I am. I just get to rambling. So I'll talk to you all later. I'm almost 20 minutes into this.